This is Brent Gobat, the owner of the Armed and All Heart brand. I appreciate you joining me today. Armed and All Heart, we carry the t-shirts in our store and we donate the proceeds to organizations that help struggling youth with mental health. So it's really admirable what you do on a daily basis to, help with this cause. But you really started with a YouTube channel, did you not?
Yeah, it started. Well, I actually been around. It started as a social media thing. I've reached out a long time ago. It actually started in 2008. I had a different name. It's called the Healing Hug, but because I just wanted to encourage people like a hug, and but my passion always been with fitness. So I wanted to bring something in that was more geared to the fitness aspect too, so people could get behind, that could understand more fitness related. So that's why I came up with a logo that was more fitness and than what I had originally. So that was 2008. I didn't come on the scene in YouTube till like 2015, I believe.
Okay.
And it was 2013 that I saw this statistic that really broke my heart. It was like 356 or 357 youth just in our area alone were taking their lives. And I thought that was just too big of a statistic for kids to have no hope and don't believe that they don't have a purpose and a meaning in life. And that's when I came up with the idea of Armed and All Heart.
Yeah. And we at the end of, and we've talked in 2016, 2017, and then at our charity bowling event in December of 2017, we discussed bringing, this into the store, trying to help get the message out there more. You've told me before what your logo represents. Can you explain that for us?
Yeah, the Armed and All Heart logo is diversity. When I created this, well, I didn't create it. I had somebody create it for me, but I had the idea of what I wanted to see. And first off the bat, I wanted to show diversity because I wanted something a shirt that everybody could be proud of, anybody could wear, any fitness level where you're starting out, whatever chapter you are in your fitness journey. I wanted to, bring that in, and I just wanted to show that anybody, whether it's, so of course we have two colors here, but I had on the original design, this is a black lady and then a white lady and black guy with his fists in the air, and then white guy down here with the heart. And at the center of everything is our heart. And I just wanted to, and the reason for that is everything stems from your heart. Whether you're finding goals and being encouraged and trying to encourage others, it stems from the heart. And I was always, people joke and say, I got your shirt with you in the middle. No, that's not me. I just wanted to bring everything together. And I've always told that I have I have a big heart, and that's no denying, because I just have a genuine love for people, and that stems from my faith in Jesus Christ. But I just wanted to bring that on a shirt, and that's what I came up with.
Yeah. I remember like our first conversations about it, and you were talking about being like almost an apparel company or doing this through t-shirts, and you said it's not about the shirts, it's about the message.
It's about the cause. And even when I asked if I could put posters up at local gyms, one here in Carlisle, Pennsylvania, refused to fail, and another one at Red Kilo in New Cumberland, Pennsylvania, I told them it's not about me, it's about the cause. I just want to encourage and inspire people to be their best selves mentally, physically, and spiritually. And I just thought the best way to represent that is to show that, the one poster has my journey, my first powerlifting journey, from overcoming a torn bicep to being encouraged to compete in the first place, to, set a goal and to reach it and just be my best self. And then the other one poster shows, other people, what encourages, inspires them. And I just more thought at the poster for Red Kilo went into asking what I asked the Armed and All Heart family. That's who I call my supporters. What inspires you? And then they had to, and then we talked a couple times, and they came up, and I came up with what their drive was, and everybody has a different drive and purpose. But it was cool how that came together, and it's just we're all different, and we're all striving for different things.
Yeah, and you're very, on your channel, you're very vocal about what you stand for, but you don't expect others to stand for the same. You just want to, just be a light and showcase, what you're all about, and you don't hide anything. And, even the spirituality, you don't expect others to have, the same beliefs. You recognize that others have different ones, and that's really cool.
Yeah, I have a faith in Jesus Christ. That's what brought me to where I am today. Like I said, the whole meaning behind Armed in Our Heart was the statistic of, struggling youth. And I wanted to show people they could go from whatever their struggles were to have believing in themselves and just being their best selves mentally, physically, and spiritually. And I say on my show, it might not be your protein shake, it might not be my faith, but if you believe in yourself and have a belief in yourself, you can achieve great things. And we're all from different chapters in our lives. We're all from striving for different things. But as long as you're striving to be your best self, that's the most important thing. And you always have hope and faith in something.
Yeah. Yeah, we're all so different, so it's hard to compare yourself to someone else. Like, we all have to, use our own gifts, our own strengths, where we're at, and just keep moving forward and dedicating our time and our priorities and our mind to what's important to us, and just keep moving forward. I think a lot of things it's about perspective. If you have the right perspective, it makes quite the influence. Talking about influence, I know with Advanced, we've sold a couple hundred of your shirts. I can only imagine the thousands of people that you've impacted through your channel, through your message, just through your relationships, your individual interactions. I mean, you make an impact on people.
Yeah, sometimes I get down on myself to discouraged because I might not get a message, or I don't have the views as some people have on their channels and things like that, because I put a lot of work. I'm always on social media, reaching out to people, trying to encourage them, looking around to see, no matter what chapter they're at, just trying to encourage anybody and everybody I can.
Yeah, well, you don't always get the encouragement back.
Yeah, and but then sometimes I'll get a message here and there that says, "You keep going, love what you're doing. Just tell me about where I can get a shirt," and that'll just come out of the blue sometimes. And yeah,
I think a lot of the times when people see you so motivated, so passionate, and doing these great things, they don't expect you're going to stop. They expect you to just keep going. You've been extremely consistent since 2015. As far back as I've seen, and I'm just really fortunate and glad that I have you in my circle, because I know you're that kind of person.
Yeah, it's funny you say about being there. Everybody that buys a shirt, I have what I call the Armed and All Heart Wall of Fame. I try to put everybody that's purchased. I asked from everybody, if you buy a shirt, take a selfie, send it back to me so I can put you on my trailer wall, on my home wall, so I can show off, because I am that appreciative of you supporting my dreams and my goals, to try to put encouragement and going beyond just thinking about yourself, or, and trying to help me get that hope and encouragement out there from all aspects.
Yeah. I think I've yet to do that. And I've worn your shirt around a lot, but I think I've been too nervous to take a photo. I got to get you one.
Yeah.
So.
I always ask that. I say, if they can, then I've had a lot of people that say, "Oh, I'll get you one," and then they never do. So that's kind of discouraging, but I understand everybody has their own life, and we get busy, and it's all right.
Yeah. I think the pure intention is there, and that's what's more important, and I think it's also okay for you to keep encouraging them to to do it, because I know people do want to.
Yeah, it's funny. If when I started my channel, I prayed. I said, God, if I can just affect one person, if one person shows up in my comment section, I'll keep going.
Yeah.
And of course, truthfully, that's not truthful, because I would do it even if I didn't get one comment, because I know that I can make an impact. This is all I do. This is all I have, this love and compassion for people to be their best selves, and that's all I ever wanted to do. That's what I want to do. So I can't. I have a 9 to 5 job, but that's not as passionate as when you put me behind that camera each week to try and encourage, inspire people, or just go and be out on social media trying to get people fired up for life.
Yeah, and if you've interacted with Brent in person versus you see him on the television, it's a different Brent. I mean, you can see your passion and the light that you're carrying in all of that. So
yeah, I'm an introvert by nature, because
yeah.
I've been bullied. I know what it's like to be bullied and hurt, and know what it's like to be the underdog fighting for something when everybody's against you or feels like it's against you, and you have to find inner strength and in yourself and somewhere. So I know what that's like. So yeah.
Yeah, you mentioned earlier about your powerlifting meet, and that was quite the rebound for you. So can you? And I was there back in what year was that?
2019.
2019. You were preparing to compete in 2017.
Yeah.
And then you tore your bicep.
Yeah, completely tore my bicep.
That was on camera, wasn't it?
Yes. Yep. I share all my failures and my faults. Even when I couldn't get was 265, I believe, at that meet. I got stuck at 265, couldn't get the whole way up, and I even showed that failure. And yeah, so I just want people to know that one of the things is what I brought to YouTube was I wanted to be real and genuine, even if it's not what everybody feels or what have you. But I wanted to make sure that people knew that I wasn't fake and just doing it for views. Yeah.
Yeah. And with your competition in 2019, then you came back and got the weight that you had torn your bicep doing, right? Deadlift.
Yeah, I blew my bicep out on 540. So it was a goal of mine to go to that meet and pull 540, which I did. So yeah, that was awesome.
And I was there, and I remember someone said to you earlier in the day, "Do you know who your competition is today?"
Yeah, and I said my competition is myself and to have fun. I don't know who my competition is. My competition is myself.
Yeah, I think that's a great outlook. Even for a more competitive sport, and you've also told me that bodybuilding and powerlifting, there's a lot of camaraderie amongst competitors. And it's, a lot of people take it very seriously, but there's a lot of cheering on for each other too.
Yeah, it's a family affair. You feel like you're part of a family in there because they know when it's all said and done, it's you versus you.
Yeah.
And I just shout out to my new coach, Brandon White, that said something that I didn't even think about recently. He said, we can't think about 2019. That's the past you. You've had come back 4 years. You come back from many injuries, rotator cuffs, lower back issues. We have to focus on the person of now, the Brent of now. That's what we're going to take into this meet. And he gave me a perspective I didn't even think of. And so yeah, that's what we're going to have focus on, so we can go in there and just do our best and have fun.
Yeah. Yeah. We rely a lot on other people for support, for motivation, for inspiration, and that's great. But it really comes down to you having the right mindset. Motivate yourself and keep moving forward.
And that's why I keep showing up on my channel, even though if I don't have the views or what have you. I'm not that popular because of my faith. I've had people say, I don't want to. You're going to preach that Jesus stuff. I'm not going to show up, and I'm done supporting you. And then I've had other people that say, I don't want to go to church, but I'll listen to you. So yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Change a mindset like that. And I think it's your attitude towards it all. So you're a very unique individual with unique mission and channel, and I appreciate you.
Appreciate the support of all your guys.